Hello and welcome to Mastermind with me, Clive Myrie. In the spotlight tonight are Thomas Banbury, a student. His specialist subject is the classic ghost stories of M.R. James. Liam McCarthy, an actuary. He'll be answering questions on the World Championship winning snooker player Ronnie O'Sullivan. Jane Northern, an administrator. Her subject is the cult television series Thunderbirds. And Helen Lawson, a retired civil servant, whose subject is the renowned painter and portraitist Hans Holbein the Younger. Roll up, roll up. I've got a lovely place in the semi-finals of Mastermind up for grabs. Come along now, come along. All you've got to do is hand over the answers to the questions I'm going to ask. Get the most correct in 2 minutes on a specialist subject and 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. And it's yours. What's not to like? So, can I ask our first contender to join us, please? Your name?
Thomas Banbury.
Your occupation?
Student.
And your specialist subject?
The ghost stories of M.R. James.
The British author and academic known for his ghost stories and tales of the supernatural. In 2 minutes, let's go. What was the name of the informal society at Cambridge University to whom James is known to have read several of his stories in the 1890s while serving as Dean of King's College before they were published?
The Chit Chat Society.
Yes, characters in the stories O Whistle and I'll Come to You, My Lad, and A Warning to the Curious visit the seaside in order to play what sport?
Golf.
Yes, in Count Magnus, the eponymous count was a member of which prominent real-life Swedish noble family whose mausoleum James visited in 1901?
Delagardes.
Yes, in Martin's Close, the landlady of the New Inn, Sarah Arscott, uses what country word for a toad to describe the face of the murder victim Anne Clark?
Puddock.
Yes, in the stalls of Barchester Cathedral, what four-word phrase does the Archdeacon John Haynes write repeatedly in his diary in the weeks leading up to his death?
I must be firm.
Yes, the young boy Charles in An Evening's Entertainment says to his father, I now understand the properties of the lever, but I have been very much puzzled since then in thinking about the what?
Spindle?
No, pendulum. Which of James's stories, first published in the Morning Post on the 31st of December 1931, is subtitled A New Year's Eve Ghost Story?
The Experiment.
Yes, the coastal village of Burnstow, which is loosely based on Felixstowe and is the main setting for the story O Whistle and I'll Come to You, My Lad, also features in which other story?
A Warning to the Curious.
No, the tractate Middeth in the residence at Whitminster. It's said of the housekeeper, Mrs. Maple, that had she been a shade or two higher in the social scale, she might have stood as the model for which Jane Austen character?
Mrs. Miller?
No, Miss Bates. An episode of Cathedral History and the Story of a Disappearance and an Appearance were both first published in what magazine, for which James also wrote an article about Dickens' final novel, The Mystery of Edwin Drood.
The Cambridge Review.
Yes, in Two Doctors. What's the name of the servant employed first by Dr. Abel? I've started so I'll finish. Employed first by Dr. Abel and subsequently by Dr. Quinn, whose lengthy witness statement is found in a bundle of legal documents inscribed, The Strangest Case I Have Yet Met.
Luke Jennett.
It is Luke Jennett. So, Thomas, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 8 points.
Thank you very much.
And our next contender, please. Your name?
Liam McCarthy.
Your occupation?
Actuary.
And your specialist subject?
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
The world champion snooker player nicknamed the Rocket. In 2 minutes, let's go. At the age of 12, O'Sullivan practiced regularly at the Ilford Snooker Centre with which player, 6 years his senior, who would go on to win the World Championship?
Ken Doctor.
Yes, in his debut season as a professional player, O'Sullivan beat Stephen Hendry's record by winning how many consecutive matches?
74.
No, 38. After losing to O'Sullivan in the quarter-finals of the 2001 World Championships, which player described him as poetry in motion and snooker's equivalent of Mozart?
John Higgins.
No, Peter Ebdon. In 2019, O'Sullivan equalled the all-time record when he won his 36th ranking title with success in which tournament?
Players' Championship.
No, Tour Championship. At the 2010 World Open, O'Sullivan achieved a 147 break against Mark King, but had to be persuaded to pot the final black by the match referee after he stopped at 140 in protest at the lack of a prize for the feat. Who was the referee?
Jan Bahas.
Yes. What was the title of the 2017 television series in which O'Sullivan, as co-presenter, travelled across America, exploring the world of pool?
Ronnie O'Sullivan's American Hustle.
Yes, in the semi-finals of the 2006 Northern Ireland Trophy, O'Sullivan beat which player 6-0 in just 53 minutes?
Dominic Dale.
Yes, in his autobiography, O'Sullivan describes how in 2000 his problems with depression and drug-taking worsened, and as a result, he checked himself into which rehab clinic in London?
The Priory.
Yes, in 2011, O'Sullivan began working with which sports psychiatrist who'd previously helped some of Britain's top cyclists, including Victoria Pendleton and Chris Hoy?
Steve Peters.
Yes, when O'Sullivan won the World Championship for the 6th time in 2020, beating Kyron Wilson 18-8 in the final, he took home how much prize money?
450,000.
No, £500,000. Which player was O'Sullivan's opponent in his 2024 World Championship quarter-final when he sportingly refused to pot a simple red over concerns about the fairness of a ball placement?
Bingham.
Yes, at a press conference at the China Open in 2002, O'Sullivan made headlines when he sang the theme tune to what American television series to the attendant media?
Happy Days.
It was Happy Days. Liam, you had no passes at the end of that round. You've got 8 points.
Thank you.
And our next contender, please. Your name,
Jane Northern,
your occupation,
administrator.
and your specialist subject.
Thunderbirds.
The 1960s puppet television series created by Jerry and Sylvia Anderson about the life-saving organisation International Rescue. In 2 minutes, let's go. International Rescue is run by the former astronaut Jeff Tracy and his 5 sons. What's the name of the second youngest of the Tracy brothers, who pilots the underwater rescue vehicle known as Thunderbird 4?
Gordon.
Yes, what's the double-barrelled surname of International Rescue's London agent, Lady Penelope?
Crichton Ward.
Yes, which Australian actor who voiced John Tracy and the mysterious villain The Hood also provided the voice of Deborah, Duchess of Royston in The Duchess Assignment?
Ray Barrett.
Yes, what mode of transport is Lady Penelope's Fab 2, which is gambled away by her chauffeur Parker in the casino at Monte Carlo in The Man from MI5?
A luxury yacht.
Yes, the puppet supervisors on the series were Christine Glanville and which other creator and operator who'd first worked with Jerry Anderson on Torchy the Battery Boy in the late 1950s?
Mary Smith.
No, Mary Turner. When he was shown a half-hour version of the first episode, which media executive declared, "This is not a television series, it's a feature film," and promptly ordered each show to fill an hour's broadcast slot?
Lou Grade.
Yes, in Vault of Death, Parker discovers that his old cellmate, Light-Fingered Fred, has escaped from which prison, intending to break into the Bank of England?
Parkmore Scrubs.
Yes, the production company that made Thunderbirds, AP Films, was named from the initial letters of the surnames of its founders, Jerry Anderson and which other television producer?
Arthur Provis.
Yes, when Tracy Island's resident engineer and technology expert Brains is visiting Lady Penelope's mansion in Day of Disaster, she tells him, "In my home, everything stops for what?"
Tea.
Yes, in The Perils of Penelope. What's the full name of the scientist and international rescue associate who, when locked in a vault with Lady Penelope, bangs on the door shouting, "I say, open this door at once, we're British"?
Sir Jeremy Hodge.
Yes, at the request of Sylvia Anderson, Alan Tracy's face was modelled on that of which American actor who at the time was starring in the television series The Defenders?
Robert Reed.
It was Robert Reed. And at the end of that round, Jane, no passes, you've got 10 points.
Thank you.
And our final contender, please. Your name,
Helen Lawson,
your occupation,
retired civil servant.
and your specialist subject.
Hans Holbein the Younger.
The renowned portrait painter known for his many works for King Henry VIII. In 2 minutes, Let's go. Holbein, named after his father, the artist Hans Holbein the Elder, was born in the late 1490s in which German city?
Augsburg.
Yes, what was the name of Holbein's older brother, whom he joined in the Swiss city of Basel around 1515?
Ambrosius.
Yes, Holbein's first known portrait commission was to paint which Basel money changer, the first tradesman to become mayor of the city, and his wife, Dorothea Kannengieser.
Jacob Mayer von Zumharsen.
Yes, what name after the Swiss town in whose collection it resides is given to the painting of the Virgin Mary and the infant Jesus, which Holbein completed in 1522?
The Solothurn Madonna.
Yes, in Holbein's 1523 portrait of the humanist scholar Erasmus, on loan from Longford Castle to the National Gallery in London, the subject is depicted resting his hands on what book?
The Bible.
No, the Labours of Hercules, the property now demolished that became known as Holbein's Haus zum Tanz, or House of Dance, whose exterior the artist decorated with dancing figures in the 1520s, was owned at the time by which wealthy Basel goldsmith?
Balthasar Engelroth.
Yes, Holbein travelled to London for the first time in 1526 and is thought to have stayed at the Chelsea home of which Tudor statesman?
Thomas More.
Yes, what was the name of the Bishop of Lavaux, who appears together with the diplomat Jean de Danteville in Holbein's famous 1533 painting, The Ambassadors?
Georges de Selve.
Yes, before producing his famous portrait of Anne of Cleves, Holbein travelled to Brussels in March 1538 to paint which other prospective bride for Henry, the king being so pleased with the result, he was reportedly in better humour than he ever was.
Christina of Denmark.
Yes, following Holbein's death in 1543, Sir Anthony Denny presented Henry VIII with an ornate clock salt that had been designed by Holbein and which longtime collaborator?
Nicholas Kratzer.
It was Nicholas Kratzer. Helen, you had no passes at the end of that round. You've got 9 points.
Thank you.
And at the end of the specialist subjects round, let's have a look at the scores. In joint third place with 8 points are Thomas and Liam. In second place with 9 points, it's Helen. And in first place with 10 points, it's Jane. So now it's the general knowledge round. And if there's a tie at the end, then the number of passes is taken into account. And the person with the fewer passes is the winner. And if they're tied on passes as well, it's a tie break. So let's ask Thomas to join us again, please. Thomas, you start with 8 points. You've now got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. An annual performing arts festival now known as the Fringe and typically held in August began in 1947 in which Scottish city?
Edinburgh.
Yes, in the NATO phonetic alphabet, the letter F is represented by the name of what ballroom dance?
Foxtrot.
Yes, which American cartoonist is best known for his newspaper cartoons entitled The Far Side?
Pass.
In a standard pack of playing cards, there are how many cards in each suit?
16.
No, 13. The French dramatist born Jean-Baptiste Poquelin in 1622, whose comedy plays include Le Misanthrope, became better known by what pseudonym?
Rousseau.
No, Molière. Which British fashion model appears with David Bowie on the front cover of his 1973 album Pin-Ups?
Twiggy.
Yes, in December 2023, Javier Milei was sworn in as the new president of which South American country?
Argentina.
Yes, a harpooner named Queequeg is a character in what well-known 1851 novel?
Moby Dick.
Yes, what variety of volcanic glass, typically dark in colour and often used as a gemstone, has a name said to derive from that of a Roman explorer?
Obsidian.
Yes, The Anniversary, Gourmet Night and The Hotel Inspectors are episode titles of what 1970s television sitcom?
Dynasty.
No, Fawlty Towers. What adjective derived from the name of a philosopher of ancient Greece is used to describe a loving relationship that's spiritual or intellectual rather than physical?
Platonic.
Yes, in which indoor Paralympic sport for people who are blind or vision impaired and played on a court similar in size to one used for volleyball, the two teams of 3 players aim to throw a ball containing bells across the floor into the opponent's net?
Handball.
No, goal ball. The British Overseas Territory of Montserrat is an island in which sea?
Caribbean.
Yes, the 2023 film subtitled Rise of the Beasts is the 7th instalment of what film franchise?
Transformers?
Yes, amoebic and bacillary are the two main types of what highly infectious disease characterized by inflammation of the intestines?
Colitis?
No, dysentery. What seafood is the main ingredient in the Italian dish spaghetti alla vongole?
Prawns?
No, clams. A now extinct species of human thought to have lived in parts of Africa around 2 million years ago was given what name, often translated as handyman, because of its perceived ability to use basic stone tools?
Homo habilis?
It is Homo habilis. You had just a one pass. Gary Larson is the cartoonist best known for The Far Side. Yeah, you knew it. You knew it. Anyway, Thomas, at the end of that round, you've got 18 points.
Thank you.
Next up, it's Liam. Liam, you start with 8 points. The score to beat, as it stands, is 18 points. Now you've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. What's the term corresponding to the word astronaut for a Russian space traveller?
Cosmonaut.
Yes, the famous escapologist Eric Weiss, born in Budapest in 1874, was better known by what stage name?
Hadina.
Yes. Which city is the capital of Uganda?
Kampala.
Yes, great black-backed and lesser black-backed are two species native to Britain of what seabird?
Albatross.
No, gull. The 1940s Alfred Hitchcock films Spellbound, Notorious and Under Capricorn all star which actress?
Audrey Hepburn.
No, Ingrid Bergman. What name is given to a leave of absence, usually for travel or study, originally granted to academics every 7 years?
Sabbatical.
Yes. What's the name of the BBC security correspondent who was awarded an OBE in 2005 and wrote the books Blood and Sand, Ultimatum and Outbreak?
Clive Myrie.
No, Frank Gardner. At more than 3 miles long, the spit of land in northeast England known as Spurn, with Spurn Point at its tip, projects into which estuary?
The Humber.
Yes. What term derived from a Greek word meaning rule by the few refers to a system of government in which power is held by a small group of people?
Plutocracy.
No, oligarchy. In November 2023, which team beat the hosts India in the final to win the Men's Cricket World Cup for a 6th time?
Australia.
Yes, an alternative name for the vitamin thiamine is the letter B, followed by which single-digit number?
2.
No, 1. Which British singer had a UK hit single in 1964 with I Just Don't Know What to Do With Myself?
Dusty Springfield.
Yes, the German 10, 20 and 50-cent euro coins feature an image of what Berlin landmark?
The Reichstag.
No, the Brandenburg Gate, which broadcaster born in Cudworth near Barnsley in 1935 became known for his long-running self-titled television chat show, which ran intermittently between 1971 and 2007.
Michael Parkinson.
Yes, the shanty towns built by impoverished, unemployed people in the United States during the Great Depression were given what name after the president at the time whose policies many blamed for their hardship?
Hoovervilles.
Yes, what word derived from a Latin verb meaning to fry refers to a piece of fruit, meat or vegetable that is covered in batter and then fried?
Pass.
The 1931 artwork, The Persistence of Memory, which depicts several watches or clocks that appear to be limp or melting, was painted by which Spanish surrealist artist?
Dali.
Yes, which Norse god was married to a goddess of fertility named Sif?
Loki.
No, Thor, the box-shaped musical instrument that creates... I've studied so I'll finish. The box-shaped musical instrument that creates sounds by allowing wind or air to pass over it is known as the Aeolian what?
Harp.
It is harp. Seem a bit surprised there.
I wasn't sure.
Liam, you had just a 1 pass. The word derived from the Latin verb meaning to fry, fritter.
God.
Yeah. At the end of that round, Liam, you've got 19 points.
Thank you.
Next up is Helen. Helen, you start with 9 points. The score to beat as it stands is 19 points, and you've now got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. A Benedictine monk named Dom Pierre Perignon is often credited with developing the method of making what French sparkling wine?
Champagne.
Yes, which American singer was named Time Magazine's Person of the Year for 2023?
Taylor Swift.
Yes, the Mabinogion is a collection of medieval tales from the folklore of which of the home nations of the UK?
Wales.
Yes, the three major Hindu deities known collectively as the Trimurti are Brahma, Vishnu, and which other god known as the Destroyer?
Seth.
No, Shiva. Which city on the Hudson River is the capital of New York State?
Pass.
In an individual medley swimming race, participants must swim the first leg using which stroke?
Butterfly.
Yes. What name, after a fishing village near the Irish city of Galway, where it originated, is given to a style of ring worn on a finger, featuring in its design a pair of hands clasping a heart beneath a crown?
A love ring.
No, the Cladder ring. Elphaba and Glinda are the two main characters in which West End musical?
The witch.
No, Wicked. Which motorway extends northwest from London to its junction with the M42 just outside Solihull in the West Midlands?
The M40.
Yes, nephology is defined as the scientific study of what meteorological phenomena?
Comets.
No, clouds. In the name of a medical condition, the word varicose, meaning swollen or dilated, is normally used to describe what type of blood vessel?
Veins.
Yes, which US Secretary of State, who wrote the 1994 book Diplomacy, famously once said power is the ultimate aphrodisiac.
Kissinger.
Yes, in musical notation, what sign, which is often part of a key signature, has the opposite meaning to flat and indicates that a note should be raised in pitch by one semitone?
Treble.
No, Sharp. Which comedy screenwriter, known for his work on television sitcoms such as Blackadder and The Vicar of Dibley, as well as many films, was one of the co-founders of the charity Comic Relief?
Richard Curtis.
Yes, for their discovery and development of quantum dots, the scientists Moonji G. Bawendi, Louis E. Bruce, and Alexei Yakimov were jointly awarded the 2023 Nobel Prize in which discipline?
Mathematics.
No, chemistry. In the 1955 animated film Lady and the Tramp, the title characters are what animals?
Dogs.
They're dogs. There you go. Helen, you had just a one pass. Albany is the capital of New York State.
Yeah.
And at the end of that round, Helen, you've got 18 points. And finally, let's have Jane again, please. So, Jane, you start with 10 points. The score to beat to get through to the semi-finals is Liam's 19 points. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. In physics, the three basic states of matter are gas, liquid, and what other?
Pass.
According to the opening lines of a traditional nursery rhyme, the north wind doth blow and we shall have what?
Snow.
Yes, what's the name of the chef who succeeded Susan Calman as a presenter of the television cookery series Great British Menu in 2020, having previously been a judge on the show?
Andy Oliver.
Yes, which metallic element has the chemical symbol Al?
Aluminium.
Yes, the parliament of which of the Channel Islands is called the States of Deliberation?
Guernsey.
Yes, the Henri Delaunay Cup is awarded to the winners of which international football tournament?
The World Cup.
No, the European Championship. In maths, the horizontal axis used to establish coordinates on a two-dimensional graph or plane is denoted by what letter of the alphabet?
X.
Yes, what was the name of the British vessel that rescued more than 700 passengers from the stricken ship Titanic in 1912, but was later sunk by a German U-boat during the First World War?
Lusitania.
No, Carpathia, the name of which genus of large carnivorous dinosaur of the Cretaceous period is derived from Greek words for tyrant and lizard?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes, Tyrannosaurus. The Rub al-Khali, or empty quarter, is a desert region, mainly in which Middle Eastern country?
Saudi Arabia.
Yes, what song, a UK hit single for both Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley, features the lyrics, regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention?
My Way.
Yes, what drink is sometimes humorously referred to as Adam's Ale?
Water.
Yes, at the Academy Awards ceremony in 2023, the Oscar for Best Animated Short was won by an adaptation of Charlie Mackes's best-selling book entitled The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the What?
Horse.
Yes, which European capital city has an airport that's designated by the international code CDG?
Paris.
Yes, what's the common name of the edible seaweed with the scientific name Palmaria palmata, which is red in colour and can be dried and eaten as a snack?
Pass.
What American military decoration was instituted by George Washington in 1782 as the badge of military merit before being revived with its current name in 1932?
Purple Heart.
Yes. What was the surname of the well-known novelist, poet and short story writer born in Nottinghamshire in 1885, whose forenames were David Herbert?
Pass.
It's Lawrence, D.H.
course.
Lawrence, of course. Jane, you had two other passes. Common name of the edible seaweed, dulse. And you've got gases, you've got liquids, and you've got solids. Yes. It's the spotlight and that chair. I'm sure it is. But you know what, Jane? It doesn't matter. You've got 22 points. You've done it.
Gosh. Thank you.
My word, that was tight. Let's have a look at the final scores. In joint third place with 18 points are Thomas and Helen. In second place with 19 points is Liam. And in first place with 22 points, it's Jane, which means she goes through to the semi-finals. Congratulations to her. If you'd like to be a contender in the next series, please go to our website, bbc.co.uk/mastermind, and you can follow us at Mastermind Quiz. Join us again next time for more Masterminds. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
I applied for Mastermind purely on a whim. It seemed a good idea at the time.
And your specialist subject?
Thunderbirds. I've loved Thunderbirds since I was a child. Ask any friend or any of my family with small children are forced to watch Thunderbirds if they go and visit Auntie Jane, because it's always been my favourite thing. I've got the little models and various merchandise at home. And it was always a bit of a joke. If anybody said, what would you ever do if you went on Mastermind? Oh, Thunderbirds. So I've done it. Gordon.
Yes.
Lou Grade.
Yes.
Arthur Provis.
Yes.
I've had some great help with revision from my partner Ian, who's had to sit through hours of Thunderbirds episodes and has helped reading out flashcards to try and get me up to speed.
And at the end of that round, Jane, no passes, you've got 10 points.
I just feel very excited about winning the heat, very surprised. If I won the glass bowl, I would be amazed. Obviously, now I've got this far, I'm going to do my very best, but I can't even think that far ahead. That's crazy stuff.